Mark Cuban has publicly admitted that the Mavs are tanking, and we need to judge whether that's fair or foul. So, Cuban went on Julius Erving's Dr. J's podcast called House Call with Dr. J recently, and the owner of the Mavs talked about how his team, which is 18-40 right now, and struggling mightily, apologies to you, Pierce,
no worries.
With the third worst record in the league, said that, quote, I'm probably not supposed to say this, but like I just had dinner with a bunch of our guys the other night, and here we are, we weren't competing for the playoffs. I was like, look, losing is our best option. Adam Silver would hate hearing that, but I sat down and explained it to them, and I explained what our plans were going to be this summer and that we're not going to tank again. The Mavs have kind of been tanking for, 2-3 years, it seems? I mean, essentially. Yeah. But
no, being sorry and tanking is two different things.
You can do a little bit of both.
They were sorry.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're tanking.
Now they're officially tanking. All right, but to judge this, whether it's fair or foul.
Yeah.
Fair that they're tanking, fair that Mark Cuban is being so open and public about it.
I got something for you. Can I go, since this is my city?
Go! This is your city.
Two things. Fair. Listen, call it what it is. Tank. Go get the highest draft pick possible. Stop faking. You never want to be in the middle of the road of the NBA. But I'm calling foul because Dr. J has a podcast, and it's like everybody has a damn podcast.
I was like, who the fuck Dr. J got a podcast?
Like, what?
Old ass. I don't want to hear this old ass.
I didn't even know he could work a phone. But
you don't want to hear from a legend on a podcast?
Hell no. Not
a legend that was in the fucking 60s. Like, what does that got to do with
70s and early 80s.
Play with a basketball that was red, white, and blue. I'm not trying to hear that.
All right, but fair or foul that they're public?
Fair.
Okay.
I mean, at least he's honest about it. At least he's honest about, hey, this is the way, this is the direction we're going. We're trying to get a top 5 pick, add that with Dennis Smith playing, put Dennis Smith out there, let him go through the struggles and let him get all that, rookie mistakes out now and then build for the future. Dirk is on the end. You have money to go buy free agents and, to try to get some free agents and build for, the next 2 years. At least he's saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's organizations that's been tanking for 10, 15 years. And they're just,
we just taking in the money.
Yeah. We're trying.
But you as a Mavs fan, picture yourself as a season ticket holder.
Right.
Your owner comes out and says that you've been paying a shit ton of money for these tickets, and he says we've been tanking and playing awful on purpose. You gonna be happy with that?
We got there's StubHub out there. What else is out there? The secondary ticket market. Because if they trash and they terrible, I can hawk these tickets off.
Yeah, but for no money, you're gonna get no money back.
If you're a fan, You understand your team is not elite. Like, some fans are just delusional. Yeah. Some fans are like, listen, we're under construction right now. We're not as good as we're supposed to be, so and also I'm just here as a fan to see the growth of Dennis Smith.
The Mavs can't be much worse than those 90s Mavericks teams that I was at Reunion Arena for when
that's what I'm saying. If you're a fan, you're a fan. You know there's a process of good teams, bad teams. Like LA. I know Ball said y'all was gonna make the playoffs, but realistically, you should have known this is what you're going to have, but it's not going to stop them from going.
Lakers haven't been relevant for the past 7 years.
They have,
but they've been winning. They've been on a winning streak.
What, 2 games?
They've been okay recently.
No, they've been, since Ball's been gone, they've been balling.
Of course. Subtle shot.
I'm just saying.
I will say completely fair. It's awesome. Again, I love the honesty from Mark Cuban, which you expect from him. And real talk, they're 18-40. They're awful right now. And if you're going to tank, you need to do it this season because remember, the NBA draft lottery system changes up next season. So this is the last year where the worst teams have a 25% chance of winning the lottery. Next year in 2019, it's only 19%. So loaded draft this year. Tank, try and get your guys. I think NBA Draft.net has the Mavs getting Michael Porter Jr. from Missouri.
I'm with it.
You know what the funniest game is?
What?
When both teams are tanking. Like when both teams are trying to tank and lose the game and they got to play against each other.
It's amazing.
That's amazing basketball.
So let's see how many games when the Mavericks play the Kings. Or
But we're not done talking about your Mavs because there was an expose that came out in Sports Illustrated that put the organization in terrible light. If you guys missed this yesterday, SI dropped a huge piece about what their CEO, who has been known to have or been alleged to have had sexual misconduct and harassment and allegations around them and some other messed up things internally. If you haven't read it, definitely go read it because it's really, really messed up what's been going on with Mavericks seemingly for a long, long time. Mark Cuban came out and said, quote, "I'm embarrassed to be honest with you that it happened under my ownership and it needs to be fixed, period, end of story." We talked about this in the agreement a little bit, Gilbert. Do you think that Mark Cuban had any inkling that this kind of stuff was going on behind the scenes? When, again, all this stuff has been seemingly piling up for years and years and years, and it's been somewhat of an open secret around the organization and within the NBA.
You got to remember, he's the owner. He's not the CEO. He's not the day-to-day manager. He's the owner of the franchise. The only reason we know the guy is because he's at the Mavs games and he's a basketball fan. You know, if this happens to somewhere in Utah where no one even know who the fuck that owner is, it falls on the face we do know. So it's only fallen on Mark Cuban because he is the face of Dallas. But does he have any knowledge what goes on the day-to-day? No.
Yeah. Reading the SI article yesterday was definitely alarming, definitely disturbing for a variety of things, especially when you have a CEO saying these types of things and working for the organization for two decades. Listen, go read the SI article. It's crazy. But the thing I really had an issue with is the Mavs.com beat writer Earl K. Snead to be able to work for the Mavericks after being, charged with some form of domestic violence and then get into a relationship with the Mavs employee and hitting her. So it's like...
He was arrested in the arena for that.
Exactly. And how is this person still able to work for the organization? That's why I had a big issue.
So, yeah, I mean, massive foul on what the Mavs culture has been internally. And, you would think that Cuban would have some sort of knowledge of that stuff that was going on because this is brought to HR in some levels. And
but he's not HR.
I know he's not HR.
That's what I'm saying.
But ultimately, if you're in charge of something, doesn't responsibility have to lie with you at some point in time?
We got to remember, he's not in charge of he owns the Mavs. He's not in charge of the Mavs.
So you're saying he's delegating these responsibilities?
Yeah, you delegate. That's what a business is. You're delegating to, if something happens at McDonald's, the manager knows. The motherfucker who actually owns all the McDonald's probably won't hear this.
But let me ask you this.
Unless it gets national attention.
In your time in the NBA, had you heard stories of organizations kind of being like this?
No.
No, not at all? Mm-mm. So there is like a separatism between players. We just focus on...
Yeah, that's what I said. If the owner doesn't come down and say, I'm the owner of this team when I signed that contract, you wouldn't know who none of these guys are. Because the general manager, you don't know anybody above him or...
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, the Warriors will practice somewhere else in their day-to-day operations is like downtown Oakland. So a lot of times those...
Yeah, their practice gym is downtown at the Marriott.
Right, okay.
So they practice in the Marriott. And, then you have the Oracle Arena.
Okay, yeah. So I was just trying to see how different and how separate with teams that you play for is the day-to-day operations.
That's what I'm saying. You're just like here. We come in, we shoot, I leave. I don't know what the hell's going on the other side of the building. And that's just how it is in sport. You come in, you practice, you do your things. You don't know who half them people are.
But with the tanking, with these allegations and all shit surrounding
I'm pretty sure the tanking is trying to mask the other stuff. Because I'm pretty sure it came out after, right?
What, the allegations?
The allegations came first, and then the tanking's coming out.
The allegations and the behavior's been going on for a long time.
I know, but I'm just the story of it. So
this came out, yes.
So the tanking comes out to try to mask that because tanking is a very frowned upon thing, and when it comes to fans.
So then you're saying Cuban had an inkling that this was coming down, and that's
No, it came out, and then boom, we're tanking. I'm pretty sure it's going like that. Like he's trying to use the tanking to to diffuse some of these things.
It's bad right now for your Mavs.
Yeah, it's bad. It's a bad thing.
But is that going to affect the way guys view that organization?
No.
Players at all? No. Still want to go play for Cuban?
Yeah, you don't have no problem with Cuban. Cuban is a great owner. He's as players, we look at how you treat your star players and the players that's come from your organization. So we're seeing Dirk, right?
Yeah.
He's won your championship. He's on his last legs, and you're still rewarding this man. That's what a player would like to play for. Not some guy, as soon as you get injured, he hauls your ass in the middle. Players look at that, and some of these owners wonder why you can't get star players, because we know the backstory of who you are in your organization.
James Dolan.
No, but I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. As players, we talk, hey, how was it over there? Oh, they fuck that organization is shit. We talk to each other about it. So we know what's going on in these organizations when it comes to, how the upper management treats you, how the general manager treats you. So players do know.